we are back with the GSTL, and Wolf, I have to admit, every time I see this video and I hear the hip-hop song, I want to go clubbing. Every single time.
Every time I see it, I think, is this our intro video for GSTL? Like,
I love it. I think it's awesome, but every single time it's like, yeah, let's go clubbing.
you know, I think it's a pretty interesting opening video, but like the other videos we've had for intros have like a bunch of team logos like spinning around or fighting each other or going crazy, but this time we just have like one of our casters playing basketball. I don't know.
It's brilliant. I love it.
I like it too.
I love the next match. I love that we have Jinro in the booth again. It's a little bit unfortunate that right now he's not in the best shape. We talked about it. He was the one who did a lot of work for Team Liquid in Korea right now because of all the players now participating in the GSTL. He was looking for apartments. He was looking for a place where they could all stay together.
The player, I mean, he obviously, there are some Korean players on the team, but as a foreigner, he has the most experience in Korea from the entire team is there right now. So obviously, he's kind of has to be the leader in some ways. Our map is started.
Yeah.
We're going to find out if Genro can pull things back for Team Liquid here and tie it up, or if Life is going to take a huge lead here at the Hot 6 GSTL with Caldor and Wolf.
To the top left, we have one from the strongest players for the ZENEX team. We have currently in the yellow, the Zerg player.
ZENEX Lifer!
Here he is.
Yep. It looks like a very young player. I don't actually know exactly how old he is, but he's been around for a long time. That's obviously you can see that. Well, hold that thought. Let's actually introduce our Liquid player at the bottom left. Hasn't been in that booth in a long time. We'll see what he can do. Here he is.
Liquid Killer!
I thought that sign was actually saying that he was like that ZENEX was sponsored by Lotte. I was like, oh, I hadn't heard that. That's awesome news.
Well, Jinro right now here is currently, well, not in the shape that he wanted to be. We talked about with him at the qualifier, and he had to do so much stuff. He could not practice correctly, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do here.
You know, this is the most interesting thing is he's picked Whirlwind as his map, man. This is a huge map. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not really sure why he would actually pick this big map, because this map, like we saw yesterday, a Zerg pick this map against a Protoss and actually end up winning. The Protoss ended up winning here, but I think it was because the Zerg continued to attack and make a lot of mistakes. But in this case, Genro, not known for long macro games in the GSL, has actually picked this map against the Zerg opponent. That may mean that his other teammates don't want to play on this map, and he's kind of taken a hit for the team here.
Or that he just practiced on this map.
Yeah.
That he was just practicing and is really feeling confident.
Yeah, you're right. That's something that's also potentially the case here. He is going one Rax expand, gassing immediately afterwards, but only with one.
Yeah, he has one gas so far. That's all that he's got. And I'm curious to see what exactly Life has in mind, because he impressed me with the strategy on the last map. It was just a very nice counter. I talked to TLO a little bit on the break, and he also said, yeah, he was really greedy, but it was well done. It's a great strategy to play on Entombed, and he was quite impressed by the performance of the ZENEX player.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Jinro can show us here, because he has shown great macro games in the past. His most recent plays in the GSL were a long time ago, but he didn't show like the best games against Zerg. He looked a little bit weak in the matchup, but that was forever ago, so it's hard to judge.
Jinro is just, he has a lot of passion for the game. He's one of the players who actually declined invites into Code A because he wanted to pass the qualifier. So far, he was not able to make it. In the past, he ended up in the finals over and over again. He lost against really good players. I remember that he played against Sella, I think 3 times in 3 qualifiers already. It's kind of like a curse for both of them because they really like each other. It's just really fun to see them facing each other in tournament.
They have like a friendly rivalry, similarly to like MVP and ST's rivalry, where it's like, oh, okay, we always face each other. We're always like really top-notch players. We have different goals, but we're friendly rivals here.
ZENEX live with another very early tech. He really loves these early techs apparently. He does... I'm really eager to see what he's trying to do here. We have him now with one spine crawler, so he attacks before he gets a spine crawler in the picture and anything else, but he has the scouting information. And to me, so right now it looks that he wants to just punish opponents who go for an early expansion for an... I don't want to say a greedy build, but for a build that is just focusing on his economy.
Yeah. Genero has made a fast third command center here, has skipped the starport path that you oftentimes see. There's the follow-up with the Banshees after the one Raxus man. He is going Reactor Hellions. As you mentioned earlier, that spine is coming down for life. He is prepared with that. This is a pretty big ramp. The Hellions could potentially get up to the natural, but with the position with the spine there, it's going to be very difficult. Genero's actually going to take some damage to Zerglings here.
And he has the Spire.
I love his eBay block at the third.
Yeah. The eBay block is pretty nice.
It's just not going to work out against the Spire, though.
Yeah. He knows about the timings, though. He knows, okay, there's nothing happening right now. My opponent doesn't get into the base here. So what is he going to do? And it's kind of transparent already that we might have something like attack to Spire. So I don't think that Jinro will be completely caught off surprise by this. I actually think that he will use those double engineering base that he's currently building in order to get a missile to at least one in the game.
I agree. If he scouts the third base location that he has not set, that completely dark one there, and sees no hatchery, since his eBay has already spotted the other one, if he sees no hatch there, he's probably going to make turrets right away. Because this Mutalisk rush is so fast, he only has 5 Marines out right now, a 6th one on the way. He is getting stim and +1, indicating that he will go into that Marine tank composition later on. But right now, when the first Mutas get there, he could struggle to deal with those a little bit, depending on how he controls them, especially because they're going to hit before stem.
Can you check if he's scanned?
Yeah,
that's something that would really interest me.
No, he's not scanned.
He has 3 orbitals now, so he could use the energy. We have the first 7 Zerglings building right now. +1/+1 being researched. Stim as well. The count on Marines is 6. So this might prove to be a big problem for Jinro. He has the Hellions out to control the maps. It's not that easy against the Queens.
He has consistently not checked that third base location where the actual third is going up. But from here, from his perspective, he may be thinking, all right, wait a minute, you don't have a third base. He still hasn't checked that location. The third is still late. The first Mutas are out there. 7 of them, an 8th on the way. He has no turret. His Marine count is at 8. He's not going to have Stim, though, so he's likely going to lose some SCVs here at his natural no matter what.
If Live spots this, if Live spots the very, very low Marine count, he might just decide to commit here.
Yeah, I think he will. The SCV is coming next to the bunker now. He can't fight near the bunker, but he will be able to go into the main. Still, General with no turrets. The first one being started now. He makes an armory as well. Oh man, the Zerglings are coming in, and he is completely off guard. I think General may actually just die here, guys.
Oh wow, the Lings are in the main base. There are only 6 Hellions left, and they can't do anything against the Mutalisks. And this is what Live tries to use here. He tries to pick them off before they can do the damage.
General with some great micro here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's trying to repair the Hellions. The Zerglings do die, but now it's 95 supply to 39.
There are still Lings in the mineral line, though, and they are doing a ton of damage.
Great micro by General, though. Stop positioning his SCVs, minimizing the damage done, but he just doesn't have enough. There's so many. The tank gets taken out here. There's so many more Lings coming in, and I think General is actually just going to play the shortest game ever. GG!
Live catches him completely off guard here. Jinro is surprised and did not account for that. The Lings get in the main base. He doesn't lift his depot. And from this point on, it was basically a losing battle. He tried to pull off some good micro, but it was not enough. Too little too late.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't see the Spire. It's almost like a build or a loss. Most people would not expect Mutas that early. He didn't see a third hatch. I have to stress his not checking the other third base location was a bit of a mistake, I feel. Like you mentioned earlier, also with him being a little bit in the dark, his SCV scout was denied. He could have used the scan. With that additional orbital he had, he could have tried to scout what his opponent was doing. But Life took a huge risk with this Mutalisk rush. It's a pretty big risk to take on this big map, especially I think Genro's thinking to himself, no, he's not going to be aggressive early on, and it was very unlucky, really.
You usually see a Zerg player being a little bit timid about using a strategy like this. You have to deal with Hellions, you have to deal with possible attacks by a Terran player early on. So most Zergs play really defensive, try to go for the third base, spread their creep, and go more for a ground army composition. Mutalisks are not that common anymore. Most Terran players just figured out how to deal with them. This is one of the topics that we discussed in the past as well.
This strategy is becoming more popular these days because a lot of Terrans are doing this fast tech the Hellions, low Marine count early, into Banshees. It shuts down the Banshees. It's a great build order to do against the type of build that's so popular right now.
We talked a little bit how old strategies are coming back into the game, and this is simply one of them. And I am a bit shocked that Jinro didn't scout it, but that's basically all that happened. Jinro not accounting for the Mutalisks, not scouting it, and then he was completely caught off guard.
I mean, I very rarely use the term rush, but this was basically a Mutalist rush coming out for a Zerg player. You hardly ever see 2-base Mutas, ever.
Jinro didn't prepare. No missile turrets, only a few Marines, and as long as the Zerg player focuses on the expansion, he's fine because of the bunker.
Yep.
But then the main base was exposed.
When the Wings came, it was too much for Mahale. He lost his Marines, and then the Mutas are just the problem. Like, you cannot deal with them without Marines. He'll never have Marines. He can try to make turrets and repair them, but he's just going to lose too much, and life with a cool build order. I like it, It's not what Jinro's going to expect on a big map. It's Jinro's map choice. And he does the build that everyone's doing right now. 1 Rex expanded to Reactor Hellions at the 3rd base. Low Marine count, not able to deal with it.
And now we have a very predictable situation because, well, it's already hard for the Liquid team. They have 5 players on the bench, so ZENEX knows exactly what they can expect here. But this is going to be really hard. We only have 2 Zerg players left.
Yeah, 2 Zergs left, and it's going to be, I think, like we mentioned earlier, TLO is going to come out last. I think so. We're going to see Hey Pro next.
It would be the choice that I would make as well. I would have actually used Hey Pro a little bit earlier and delayed Hero, but now I think it's going to be Hey Pro.
I think so too. Well, there he is, standing up. Look at how skinny and handsome he is. He's going to go into the booth. Hey Pro's not been able to make an appearance in the GSL for a long time either. In fact, his last appearance he lost to Bit by Bit Prime.
Hey Pro did not participate in the quote A qualifier for reasons that we actually don't know. I forgot to ask him himself. I talked with the TLO about it, and he just mentioned I should probably just talk to Hey Pro. So maybe something, maybe he wasn't feeling. I don't know. I have no idea. We forgot to ask. We have to do this later, but therefore we didn't see him just recently.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to show us here because, again, it's been so long since we've seen this guy. I love this guy, man. He's such a good player. He's so underrated. He performed really well at the most recent MLG. That was not talked about enough. The players he went through there, how well he performed. He took out an ST, in fact, in the ZVZ, and that alone says something. The only other people who have been able to do that are, like, what, Damaga and Symbol?
Boom Boom.
And Boom Boom. Okay, yeah, that did happen. In Arena of Legends, was it not?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, those are like the only people. Like, you basically have like the special trophy that you get in your house if you beat an ST and ZVZ, and Hey Pro's done it.
It's like an achievement.
And every person
you get an in-game achievement.
You're right. And every person who's beaten ST and a ZVZ has actually gone on to do bigger and better things. Pretty much everyone who's done that has kind of been on the up and up. Maybe Hey Pro can show some great play here.
Back when Boom Boom played against an ST, most people were like, who?
Yeah.
Boom Boom? I don't know that guy.
And now
I've
he's
heard
so
of
big.
him. Yeah, and now
you could say the same as Symbol. Symbol beats him, and then he's up in the tops.
Boom was so close of getting into Code S, but it was Marine King and Ace who advanced out of the group. But it was just such a close game between Ace and Marine King.
That was a really, really sick group. Go back and watch those up and down VODs if you didn't see that. If you want to see how that group unfolded.
just assumed that everybody saw them.
They probably did, man.
If you didn't see Boom Boom against Ace and Marine King against Ace, then check those VODs out. They were amazing. Those games were just mind-blowing.
The multitasking in the late game of Ace was absolutely stellar.
Yeah.
Well, on this map, we are going to have Antigua as the choice for Hey Pro. On this map, I think we're going to see Hey Pro play defensively. What I like about Hey Pro's play and what I've seen of it is that he's never the aggressor. What he's aggressive in is when he techs. Like, he's going to make the Roach Warren first. He's going to get the +1 first. He's going to take that risk, I feel.
He's playing Protoss.
I was like, when you said that, I was like, is that what he's been hiding from us?
You should probably tell him. I don't think that he realized that he's still on Protoss. That would be cool, though. I would be really surprised. That's something that the ZENEX team that they don't account for at all. Yeah, now he switches to Zerg.
He changed. He says, okay.
He's like, okay, yeah, I think you're right.
All right, he's actually going to be playing a ZVZ here. Hader Hussein, man. One of the top foreigners. I mean, there are only a few foreigners who've been able to compete in the GSL, and Hader is one of them. And just for that reason alone, he is special. Heypro and Liquid. Liquid's what I want to say. Liquid in a tough spot here. Down 2 players left.
I got a tweet earlier, by the way, that I wanted to mention. You asked at some point how old exactly Life is. I'm not quite sure if the information is accurate, but apparently he's 15.
Yeah, I got that tweet as well. It's probably true.
I was really surprised. I pictured him to be a little bit older, not like 20, but still. 15, that sounds very young. That's basically a year older than Maru.
Well, let's find out how well Heypro can do here at the GSTL, sponsored by Hot 6, cast by Wolf and Calder.